Every year, a number of seniors are invited to audition to give commencement speeches on behalf of their class. The invitations are based on the student's cumulative GPA and the vote of their classmates. Selected to give this year's speeches are seniors Mr. Roland Scott Vaca Jr. and Ms. Sarah Ladawasser. It is my pleasure to introduce you tonight to Mr. Roland Scott Vaca Jr.
Welcome, Dr. Costantino, administrators, faculty and staff, friends and family, and most importantly, class of 2013. Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy who will decide where to go. Nothing in the entire world can explain our transition out of high school and into the world better than Dr. Seuss's opening lines of "Oh, the places you'll go." We are all now exiting high school, prepared to enter the world with all of the knowledge given to us by our parents and teachers over the years, and it is now completely up to us to excel. You're on your own, there's no doubt about that. As we enter the scary, yet exhilarating outside world, we must look back upon all the great times that we had during high school, but also look towards the future with hope. As our 4 years of high school come to an end today, we look back at all the challenges and successes, while at the same time looking towards the future with optimism. It is crucial to learn from the past and use that knowledge to prepare for the future, yet at the same time living in the present. Now, more than ever, it is up to us to try and find the perfect balance of past, present, and future. Balance of these three is extremely difficult to achieve, but it is possible. And that balance is where we find our greatest successes in life. But since the day is about celebrating our growth out of high school, we must look to the past first. Throughout high school, we have all had our ups, from state championships to class gatherings, as well as our downs, from loneliness to death. But in the end, we all came out of it together. We have all had individual accomplishments, as well as group accomplishments, but no matter what you did over these last 4 years, we are all part of the same family, Bishop Miege's class of 2013. While high school holds many memories for every one of us, those are just memories now. They're simply moments, locked away in our minds, unable to be changed. But the future is malleable and ready to be molded by each and every one of us. We all have a huge opportunity to shape our own lives, as well as shape the world in front of us in college or whatever road it is we choose to travel. And it is necessary to keep an open mind, embrace our new environment, and to never let life pass us by. Life will present us a variety of opportunities, but being presented with these opportunities simply isn't enough. It is what we do with these opportunities that truly matters. Sometimes we will be forced to make our own opportunities, but regardless of how opportunity comes about, we must be willing to take risks in order to reap the full benefits that our lives offer us. Risks will be necessary for us all, but more importantly than risk is our openness to change. Within the next 6 months, we will experience nothing but change. New environment, new people, new classes, each presenting its own apparent challenges, as well as its own unique opportunities. This idea of embracing life and all that it has to offer us must be applied to our individual lives outside of school as well. We must not let one day of our lives pass us by. You will hear many people say how youth is wasted on the young, but let us not make the same mistakes that many young people do. We are only young once, and we must not take it for granted. We each only get one shot at life here on earth, and the present is the most important time because none of us are promised tomorrow. So live today with great joy, but also be sure that there's purpose in each action that you do, even the most mundane and routine ones. Always remember, carpe diem, seize the day. There will never be another May 11, 2013, so let us make the most of every second of this day, not just because it is a special occasion, but simply because it is another day that God gave us to do His work on earth. As our lives change all around us, we must each remember to take things slowly and to savor each moment that we have. Things will be difficult at times, but that is simply how life is. For every bad moment, there's an equally great one coming your way. Dr. Seuss said it perfectly. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step. Step with care and great tact. And always remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up with your right foot with your left. Thank you all for the last 4 years. Thank you all. Thank you to my entire family. I love you all. And a special thank you to you, Mom. You've done so much for me over my life, and I wouldn't be here without you. I love you. Thank you all, and God bless the class of 2013. And now, my fellow classmate, Sarah Lawrence.
Bishop Miege administrators, faculty and staff, family, friends, and the class of 2013. Good evening and welcome to the Bishop Miege commencement ceremony. A few weeks ago, I was on my laptop, avoiding doing my homework like the typical senior student in their final weeks of high school, when I came across a poem. The poem was entitled, "Everything I Needed to Know I Learned in Kindergarten." This sparked my interest as I thought to myself, well, why did I spend 8 years in grade school and 4 more as a Bishop Miege if I had already learned everything I needed to know back in kindergarten? As I contemplated this question and read through the poem, it was obvious that the author of this poem did not mean that we had reached our full intellectual potential when we were 6 years old, but rather that some of our greatest life lessons were seeds planted back when we were in kindergarten that would be cultivated more fully during our years here at Bishop Miege. Some of these lessons are: share everything, put things back where you found them, say you're sorry when you hurt somebody, take a nap every afternoon, and when you go into the world, watch for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. I believe the simple lessons that we began learning 12 years ago are the same important life lessons that we have been taught here at Bishop Miege High School. First off, share everything. Back in kindergarten, I'm sure that every single one of us was told at some point, make sure you share that with your friends. We were always encouraged to play nicely with those around us because it created the ideal learning environment. Today, as graduating seniors, we are encouraged to share the gifts and talents that God has given each and every one of us. Bishop Miege High School has cultivated our unique God-given abilities of learning, competing, leading, and serving, that we now have the capability and the responsibility of positively impacting the communities and groups that we will be a part of in the future. Just like the song, "This Little Light of Mine," I encourage you to continue to glorify God by sharing with the world your gifts and talents, thus letting your light shine. The next important lesson that we learned in kindergarten were to put things back where we found them and to say we're sorry when we hurt somebody else. During our 4 years here at Miege, we have learned that one of the greatest gifts that God has given us is His forgiveness and the ability to forgive one another. Throughout our high school years, we have all encountered relationships that have challenged us and have required us to be humble and to seek God's grace and the forgiveness of others. My hope is that we all will aspire to be peacemakers in our world. I hope that none of us ever overlooks the importance of saying we're sorry when we have wronged someone, and that we will be quick to forgive others that have hurt us. As we hear in the prayer of St. Francis, for it is in pardoning that we are pardoned. The next lesson is my favorite one. Take a nap every afternoon. Looking back, one of the best parts about kindergarten was the scheduled afternoon naps. However, at the time, it seemed pointless. Because what high-energy 6-year-old wants to stop in the middle of the day and be calm for an hour? The answer is not many. But as a senior in high school, I desperately wish that someone would have scheduled a nap for me every afternoon. a time set aside to settle myself and read more. During the past 4 years, we all have had opportunities to experience retreats and time set aside to reflect. How important it is to take time to reassess where we are headed and to redirect our path if we've gotten off course. I hope that we will always take the time to listen to God's plan for our lives and trust where He leads us. And a tip for next year: arrange your college class schedule so that you have time to take an afternoon nap. The last lesson is the most important lesson. When you go out into the world, watch for traffic, hold hands, and stick together. The class of 2013 at Bishop Miege High School is more than just a group of students. We truly are a family. We have been through ups and downs together. We have achieved academic excellence. We have won state championships. We have grieved through the death of loved ones, and we have cried together. But most importantly, we have shared laughs and memories that will last a lifetime. When times get tough, which they inevitably will, I hope that each and every one of us can look to a member of this Miege family to hold our hand. As we leave high school and embark on new adventures in the world that can be kind of scary, I hope that we will continue to show love and support for each other as we have done over the past 4 years. From learning our ABCs in kindergarten to reading Shakespeare in high school, there is no doubt that we have expanded our ability to learn. But I believe that since kindergarten, we have also expanded our ability to take simple life lessons and apply them to our everyday life. On behalf of the class of 2013, I would like to thank the faculty and staff of Bishop Miege for helping us cultivate the seeds that were planted so many years ago. I would also like to thank our families for loving us and supporting us throughout our years at Miege. And to the class of 2013, my hope is that we continue to grow emotionally, academically, and spiritually while using the life lessons that we have been taught throughout our years in high school. We all have changed in the blink of an eye over the past 4 years. Just imagine what the next 4 years will bring. God bless, and go Stags.